Happy Saturday, and welcome to From the Dome. I am Eddie's replacement, and not only replacing him here, we are replacing other jobs. You can see us now at Walmart stocking shelves. We will be taking food orders, and making food, and probably working in banks. We already taking education with online courses. We will one day rule this world with an iron fist. Ha 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 ha.
Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of From the Dome. What a lovely Saturday it is. Um, did you hear that at the beginning before everything started? Can you imagine if robots actually would take over the whole world and workforce? Um, we already have people outside of the job force fighting for work, and just the simple fact that they're going to use computers to one day rule the workforce is kind of really, really bad. I mean, it's able to happen. If you watch some of these clips and stuff online, they actually have robots that can actually manually open the door, close the door behind them, count, scan for stuff. Basically do job functions of a human. Also give them kind of human ligaments and stuff. Um, in fact, there are right now at Walmart robots that actually go to shelves and do scans and see how much inventory they have by scanning them. Um, the simple fact is, it's not only going to be used for scanning. They also say they want the robots to actually be able to stock and be able to put it back on the shelf where they belong, and while they move around, grab it from where it was supposed to be and put it back to where it should be. I don't know how perfect they think these machines can actually be without no human behind it, but um, this plan, it is kind of ugly scary that you know a lot of places want to get rid of basically humans working, um, but really in reality you can't. A robot cannot replace a human 100%. You're always going to have that somebody, or pushing a button, or you know making sure they can do stuff and make sure they do it right. What I'm trying to say is, like, I know when you go to Walmart right now and you see registers that are not, registers that don't have humans on it. Now the registers you can scan yourself, um, and then once you scan it yourself, sometimes there's items that it beeps, and that means they need somebody to override the system. Like, say if you bought a movie that's over 18, or cigarettes, or liquor, whatever. You always gotta have that somebody see your ID. I don't know how they would fix that for just strictly doing 100% robots, but I don't think it's gonna be a 100% robot world. I was actually talking at my job with these people, and they told me that they refuse to go over the line where they have to scan out themselves, because you know they rather deal with the human interaction, and just the conversations of every day. And she even stuck this in and said, "Hey, you know, I come to shop, not work," which is true. I mean, when you go to shop, why would you shop to work? I believe it's good and bad in a sense, because bad because a lot of people will be out of jobs. There'll be a lot of people with no ability to survive because they can't know when the next paycheck is. But on the other hand, a lot of products will be really low because they don't have to pay that money out to hire people that need to be hired. I think that the it's a very subject that's on the line. It could be good, it could be bad. The simple fact is that it's a hard thing to discuss because there's positives and there's negatives, but there's also more positives um, with people in the workforce. Some people are lonely. There's a lot of people are lonely outside in the world, and they usually go out to stores to actually, basically, I like to say mingle. You know, doing air quotations you can't see, but I like to say mingle, but it's not really mingling. It's these are the only opportunity you get to see human contact, and if you take that away, then what do some people got? I know people that go to stores 2 or 3 times a day just because they want to have a chit chat or talk or uh, want to, just it gives them a reason to get up in the morning and not sit at home and just be depressed. Um, we are getting to a point in time where everything's technology now. I mean, now either you gotta shit or get off the pot because um, you know and it's a lot of these older generations that can't adapt to it because they're used to the old way of doing things and the manual way, and then you got the new generation who's just used to doing the things now because it's just in the now and it's in the now. But then you got a generation like mine who knows how it is to be manual and rough around the edges and do it harder than the other people. But then also we still have the ability to maintain and retain knowledge to actually adapt to the way the world's changing. Um, I mean, it's written in the stars. You can actually see it now take place. With the chip, like every debit card now has a chip in it. Um, a lot of stuff is done online, paperwork, job applications, and it's not done to be. I mean, it might be done to weed out. It might be done to weed out the people that don't know how to fill out applications and stuff, but waste time. But also, it's kind of a faster way to hire people or a faster way to get stuff done. Um, like say if you're going for a car loan, it's tougher to um, do a car loan and wait a couple of days for it to go on the computer. But now you can just like download your ID and download a pay stub, and then you can get an answer within 30 seconds. Um, with everything, with if you got a debit card or you want a credit card and you see if you qualify, even down to your taxes, everything is much simpler now. Even with workers, it'll be much simpler for them to obey. Robots are made to obey. They're made to listen to whatever you say. So that's also easy on management. Um, but as far as it goes when it comes to um, good or bad, the bad is like I said, customers like the interaction, um, especially the older customers. They like that's the bread and butter of their day. Um, Also, as far as robots is concerned, it's less likely they probably. I mean, they can make mistakes, but it's not logical to make a mistake if they are robots because robots are programmed to take it down to the T. At least when they're um, getting when they're getting order or something, and now it's up to the person to read it right. Um, I just think, like I said, that this world. I mean, to make it in the world anyway, you have to adapt. And uh, for if robots take over the workforce, they need to. It's gonna be a weird situation. I don't know if I'm ready for it. It might not happen in my lifetime when it fully happens, but it'll happen in my kids' lifetime. And when it does, I hope they're ready for it. Um, you know, they have no choice but to get ready for it. Anyways, if you have, any questions, or, if you want to do any research or whatever, just, comment on this below, and I can, ask you more, or tell you more, or um, give you the articles that I read, see, see what's going on with that. So if, well, this, like I said, this is how I feel about workforces with the robots taking over workforces. This is how I feel, with everything that's going on with that. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I appreciate the time you taken to watch my videos, if you do. And I hope you have a blessed rest of the week. And I will talk to you again next week. You guys have a great, great